Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Wednesday, February 1st, 2023. A traffic collision in Yucca Valley turned aggressive, with one person involved claiming they were punched in the face with brass knuckles. Sheriff's deputies report that a traffic collision around 4:45 p.m. near the intersection of 29 Palms Highway and Mohawk Trail on Monday very quickly escalated into a road rage incident. The report made to deputies indicates that one driver got out of his car and punched the other driver while wearing brass knuckles, which are illegal to own. When deputies arrived, both drivers were still present at the scene of the accident. Both drivers accused the other of starting the fight and hitting the other, and they both had placed the other under citizen's arrest. A search did not locate any brass knuckles, and both drivers were cited and released at the scene. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office continued its off-road education and enforcement operation for the 6th weekend, known as Operation Dust Devil. As part of this ongoing initiative to educate off-roaders about what is legal and what is illegal, sheriff's deputies patrolled rural areas, including Johnson Valley and Landers. Deputies issued 13 California Vehicle Code citations, 1 San Bernardino County Code Enforcement citation, towed 2 vehicles, and made 2 arrests. Deputies also made an additional 1,080 educational contacts. Operation Dust Devil is an initiative put forth by the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors, who authorized additional funding to assist with county-wide highway vehicle enforcement. The off-roading enforcement is meant to increase quality of life for residents who have complained about illegal off-roading and reckless behavior on public and private dirt roads and property. Operation Dust Devil will continue patrols over the next several months to encourage safe and responsible off-highway vehicle operation by way of education and enforcement throughout San Bernardino County, which is over 20,000 square miles. There is another phone scam being reported here in the Morongo Basin. This time, the thieves are posing as agents from the FBI and are convincing victims that they owe money to the federal government. Robert Hayden joins us with the story.
The sheriff reports that a local resident was recently scammed out of $3,000 by someone who called them posing as federal agents and telling the person that they are under investigation. Phone scammers have long targeted the elderly and other vulnerable populations by relying on their goodwill. Usually they pose as a family member or loved one who needs financial help, or in this case, as a government authority saying that the victim owes them money, using fear of prosecution to get the victim to transfer cash to settle the fake debt. Z107.7 reminds you to never transfer money to a strange financial account, whether it be a physical bank, PayPal, Venmo, or something else. If someone is asking you for money or personal information, such as your EBT card number, consult a family member or friend before making any transaction. Many of the methods scammers use to receive the money aren't reversible, and scammers will put pressure on you to act quickly. It's always better to wait and investigate the request than to immediately send money without doing due diligence. As we head into tax season, it's reasonable to assume that the frequency of these calls will increase, with the scammers posing as government officials and even saying that the victims have broken a law. If you or someone you know is being targeted by these scam phone calls, the best thing you can do is hang up and contact law enforcement. You can see this story at our website for other scams that have been reported by Morongo Basin residents, along with a link on how to keep your vulnerable family members informed of these scams. Reporting for Z107.7 News, this is Robert Hayden.
When is a craft fair not a craft fair? When it is the 29 Palms Historical Society's Not a Craft Fair Art Affair. The event, which will be held at the Old Schoolhouse Museum and feature 17 local artists and makers, each selling their artwork. Expect to see work made from metal, fabric, and everything in between. The event is this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Old Schoolhouse Museum, located at 6760 29 Palms Highway in 29 Palms. The Joshua Tree Philharmonic, known as J-Phil, will be holding auditions for instrumentalists interested in joining and becoming members. The Philharmonic's Spring 2023 session will feature epic classical and cinematic music selections in its May 5th, 6th, and 7th concert series, entitled Magic, Mystery, and Mayhem. Gary Daigneault has details.
Auditions are by appointment only. It will be held Monday, February 6th at the Black Box Theater in Joshua Tree. Alternate appointment dates may be scheduled. Open to all instruments and musicians who demonstrate competency Individuals interested in auditioning for the Philharmonic are required to sign up for a 15-minute time slot and be prepared to play music of their choosing that represents their proficiency. The J-Phil is a multi-session, year-round, intergenerational community orchestra comprised of over 50 musicians. Weekly rehearsals take place Monday evenings beginning February 6, and there are no fees to participate. To schedule an audition or for more information, contact info@jtarts.org. For Z107.7, I'm Gary Daigneault.
And finally, the San Bernardino County Clerk has announced that it is preparing for its busiest day of the year, Valentine's Day. The county clerk's office, which is tasked with issuing marriage licenses and performing civil services, says that February 14th is their busiest day of the year. Chris Wilhite, San Bernardino County's Assessor Recorder County Clerk, says, quote, Valentine's Day is always a fun time for the newlyweds and our staff as we decorate our lobbies and feel the abundance of joy in the air, end quote. Couples wishing to get married through the county clerk offices must review the marriage license requirements and complete an application at sbcounty.gov/marriage prior to booking their marriage service appointment. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.